KATSEYE is facing a rapid downfall. They were pitched as a fairy tale. 6 girls, 4 continents, a Netflix documentary, and serious money from HYBE and Geffen behind them. From the outside, it looks like a girl group that made it. Look closer, and the story falls apart. Start at the beginning. Before there was a group, there was a competition show called Dream Academy. It was sold as an opportunity. Girls from Sweden, from Georgia, from Korea, from Switzerland, all brought in with the promise of stardom. In practice, it was a pressure test with cameras rolling. And before the group even had a name, the girls already had roles assigned to them by the edit. The show was never really about finding the strongest singer or dancer. Take what happened to Manon. The documentary framed her as the lazy one, the girl who was not pulling her weight while everyone else struggled. She later admitted, on camera, that she hadn't been taking it seriously enough.
I haven't been training professionally like some of you guys, which I have so much respect for. Like the discipline and everything, it's something I've learned from you guys. Please, like if you guys see me in class and feel like she's not focused or anything, like just say something. I'll really appreciate that, I think, because I don't want there to be any misunderstanding.
Once that narrative was out, the public decided who to root for and who to attack. The company simply let it happen. That pattern held for the entire competition. Fans were asked to vote girls in and out, week after week, turning real teenagers into a leaderboard. Elimination happened on camera, in front of the very people who had just spent weeks bonding with each other. Manipulate the story, and you control the product. That was the real lesson of Dream Academy. Then they debuted, and the pressure did not ease up. It tightened. Every interview felt rehearsed, every answer pre-approved.
How do you guys feel like you're going to evolve your sound?
I think that pop music group, I feel like this is something that we've been craving in music for so long. I'm so excited that we get to be the people that bring that fresh sound to music, and I think that we're gonna change the world and the music is gonna change the world too.
Yoonchae joined barely speaking English, and instead of giving her time, the label turned her struggle into content, framing her language lessons as cute rather than addressing a teenager dropped into a high-stakes environment without the tools to talk to her own teammates. That same gap fed the friction with Megan, who was accused of bullying her, when really nobody had bothered to bridge the language barrier in the first place. Here's the part people miss. A lot of the audience fell for KATSEYE before they actually knew them. On that first stage, they read as flawless, doll-like, untouchable. The moment the group started live streaming and talking, the illusion cracked. What fans got instead was 6 rich, online, occasionally out-of-touch young women, still publicly close with friends from outside the group despite the internal drama, clapping back at haters in real time instead of letting it go, and in Daniela's case, saying something so tone-deaf about her identity that it followed her for months.
The fact that this photo of Daniela and Bad Bunny is causing this much discourse and hate towards Daniela is actually wild. She captioned it in Spanish, "Congratulations to Bad Bunny for winning Album of the Year." She specified that she's a daughter of Latinos born in the United States. It's almost as if she already knew people were going to question her identity, and they did. People have had an issue with Daniela for a while now. Back when she was on Dream Academy and had lighter hair and looked more white presenting, people questioned her identity then too. The way people are going so hard on her feels so weird. Especially when the internet praises some people's Latinidad, but questions others for the exact same reason.
None of that makes them villains. It does mean nobody around them was doing the media training a group this famous actually needed. Then the backlash turned dangerous. Death threats showed up in the members' comments. Manon said she was targeted daily. The company's public response was a short, vague statement, no defense of anyone by name, no mention of consequences for the people making threats. KATSEYE's actual high point came at the 2026 Grammys, all 6 members on stage together for their Best New Artist performance. Days later, a Tonight Show appearance turned out to be the last time fans saw the group as 6. By February 20th, HYBE and Geffen announced Manon was taking a hiatus to focus on her health, and from there she vanished from the group's rollout entirely. That vanishing lined up with a new single, Pinky Up, and its own controversy. Yoonchae had just turned 18 that past December, meaning every member was now legally an adult, and the styling for the video leaned more revealing than anything the group had worn before. Fans debated whether that shift was really their choice. Around the same time, Manon told an interviewer she felt like she constantly had to overwork just to prove she belonged, a comment that read very differently once her hiatus became public weeks later. Meanwhile, main dancer Daniela caught heat online simply for dancing full out, which says more about the fandom's mood than about her technique. Coachella made it worse. KATSEYE performed both weekends without her. Then, during weekend 2, Manon turned up as a surprise guest in Pink Pantheress's set instead. Not officially back, not explained by the label, just present. Fans read it every way possible. A quiet message? A coincidence? A sign she still wanted to perform, even if the group didn't have her back yet. Zoom out and the whole era reads like a slow rebrand. The raw, human version of these girls from Dream Academy got polished into something beige and filtered for their debut EP. Beige turned into an awkward chase for internet trends. The trend chase turned into a manufactured, edgy phase that felt as authentic as a designer pair of pre-ripped jeans. And now it's ended on an etiquette anthem about staying classy. While the actual group is short, a member and the fandom is asking for real answers instead of another perfectly lit music video. Underneath all of it sits the same tension. A label chasing brand deals, and a polished global image, treating 6 specific people like interchangeable billboards instead of artists worth developing individually. It's the same pattern that hit NewJeans during their corporate battle. The same pattern LE SSERAFIM faced with online hate almost immediately after debut. Different groups, same lesson. The pressure lands on the artists, and the people running the system rarely answer for it. So the real question isn't whether these 6 young women made mistakes under pressure. It's whether this outcome was ever avoidable, or whether it was decided the moment cameras started rolling on Dream Academy.